Yeah, fine guys. Now we will move to the next section, that is section number 29. Guys, actually section looks like lengthy, but very easy section. Many of the students actually they skip thinking this 28, 29 and 30 as difficult. Amendment to cancellation or revocation and all. Actually it is easy. Clear? Let us see guys. Let us see. And questions would be asked. You also don't plan. Why should I study? Please don't plan any filtering it out or skipping. It is easy. Let us see. Madam, Nelmangla madam, please focus. Chalo. Section 29, we will cover it in subsection order. 29 subsection 1. Guys, see, cancellation can be sought in two ways. One is, I am the registered person. I have obtained the registration. Now I myself is asking for cancellation. I myself is asking for cancellation. Sir, why will you ask for cancellation? Maybe I am closing down my business or I am selling for you. Business na. Okay. So in that case, so okay, should I opt for cancellation? Yes. Or else, sir, I am gone. I am gone. Now my legal representative or my family members, can they apply for cancellation? Yes. Is that clear? Yes. The second way is, I am willing to continue as registered person, but done all the nonsense to give the option to the proper officer to cancel my registration. Full contravention. Full contraventions of provisions. So now, can proper officer cancel my registration? Yes. But straight away he cannot cancel my registration. He will first issue a show cause notice, wait for my reply. Once I reply, he can take the final call. He can either ask me to continue or pass the cancellation order. Is that clear? Yes. Now, which all cases proper officer has a right to cancel also they have given. You cannot simply, proper officer doesn't like me, can you go and cancel my registration? No. Only if I have done any contravention. Which are those contravention also they have mentioned in subsection 2 read with rule. We will see it guys. First option is what? I myself is applying for cancellation or my legal representative. First one. Second thing is, that is proper officer is taking the step to cancel my registration. Why? I have contravened the provisions of the act or the rules. Okay, fine guys. One by one we will see. Interesting connection is there guys. 29 and 30 is connected. So please be attentive. 29 subsection 1. The proper officer may either on his own motion or on an application filed by registered person or by his legal heirs in case of death of such person, that is Ogbita case, cancel the registration in such manner and within such period as may be prescribed, having regard to circumstances where Ogbita, for those who don't understand Kannada, gone forever anta. To where? Hell or heaven, wherever it is, their choice. Having regard to the circumstances where, first scenario, the business has been discontinued, transferred fully for any reason, including death of the proprietor, amalgamated with other legal entity, demerged or otherwise disposed of. Or there is a change in the constitution of the business. Maybe I am shifting my office from Bangalore to Chennai. We already discussed. Now in this cases and all, can I apply for amendment? No. Now listen. I am transferring my business, amalgamation, sale, whatever it is, or else I am closing down, or I am shifting my business from Karnataka to Tamil Nadu. I have to apply for what? Cancellation. Next one. The taxable person is no longer liable to be registered under section 22 or 24 or intends to opt out of registration voluntarily made under section 25 subsection 3. Sir, I am alive, sir. I don't want to continue my business. Can I shut down? Yes. Winding up of your business. Can I cancel my registration in that case? Yes. Provided that during the pendency, guys, in all these three cases, who is applying for cancellation? Either me, myself, or my legal heirs. And as soon as I apply, will they cancel it tomorrow only? No. Maybe they may ask for some information. The procedure will take time. Guys, from the day I have applied for cancellation, till the day the cancellation proceedings are finished, during this period, my registration would be suspended. My registration would be suspended. Suspension is different, cancellation is different. Clear? So, in simple, the day we started with cancellation proceedings, till the day it is finalized, my registration would be suspended. In your school, college and all, they would have told, we will suspend you for 1 week, we will suspend you for 1 month, and the same way. It is temporary solution. Clear? And even during suspension period, you cannot do anything. Sir, can I go and attend the class? No. Same way under GST, when your registration is suspended, can I go ahead and supply anything? Can I issue invoice? No. Can I claim refund? No, thank you. Okay, until we bid at least final goodbye, or if you everything is okay, I may also ask you to continue. So we have to wait till the last final call is taken. Okay, you can see the proviso. Provided that during the pendency of the proceedings relating to the cancellation of registration filed by the registered person, the registration may be suspended for such period and in such manner as may be prescribed. How is it? When will it start? When will it end? We will have a rules for it. We will see it later. I have it here. Okay, I will cover it later. Okay, sir. Fine, sir. Come back to 29 subsection 2. Guys, as per 29.1, who will apply for cancellation? Either me or my legal heirs. Okay, sir. The next procedure and all we will understand later. Then the second cancellation is under whom? Who will take the step? Proper officer. When will he take the step? When I have done some contraventions. Okay. The proper officer may cancel the registration of a person from such date, including any retrospective date. Sir, can he cancel? Assume we are now in June. Can he cancel the registration from January? Maybe yes. Normally it will not happen, but he can do. Yes, he has that power. Maybe, for example, now we are in June. Can he cancel from 1st May? Yes, he can do it. Or can he cancel from today? Yes. As he may deem fit, it is left to him. Where? When can he take that decision? A registered person has contravened such provisions of the act or the rules made thereunder as may be prescribed. What all contraventions are covered? Guys, theory question was asked in the exams in the past. Maybe in the future also it may come. What are the contravention which will make the proper officer to take the step in order to cancel the registration? That is actually clause A gave reference to rule, guys. Now rule 21 is telling which all are the contraventions covered. Prescribed contraventions which make a registered person liable to cancellation of registration is given in rule 21. What are those, sir? One by one. The registered person does not conduct any business from the declared place of business. Dummy registration he has taken. He has taken registration telling I will do business from here, but not doing anything. Okay. Issues invoice or bill without supply of goods or services in violation of the provisions of this act or the rules made thereunder. Means he is giving some fake bills, bogus bills. Okay. Then violates the provisions of section 171 of CGST Act. Section 171 of CGST Act 117 contains the provisions relating to anti-profiteering measure. Means you cannot make profit in the name of GST. For example, sir, I am charging 28% GST for my customers, but for government I am depositing 18%. Why? 10% is my profit margin. 10% is my profit margin. I am doing all this freely to government. No, I also want 10% profit. Can I do it? No. Hope you understood. Means you cannot make profit in the name of GST. Or else, sir, assume I am making exempt supply, but I am collecting 5% GST from people, telling I am liable to pay 5%, so I will collect from him and I will keep it in my pocket. Can I do that? No. If I do that and if proper officer get the smell of it, what can he do? Cancel my registration. Next, violates the provisions of rule 10A, bank details. At the time of making application, if I have not given bank details, within what time should I give? Varsha, within what time should I give the bank account details? Within 30 days or within filing the first GSTR 1, whichever is earlier. If I have not given, can they cancel my registration? Yes. Registration is already granted. Can they cancel it? Yes. Next, avails ITC in violation of the provisions of section 16 of CGST Act or the rules made thereunder. Means even though you are not eligible for credit, you have claimed it. There are a lot of conditions. Now, for example, you should have invoice, you should have received the goods. Without even receiving the goods or without having invoice, you have claimed the credit. Now, have you violated? Yes. Can they come and cancel your registration? Yes. Next, violates the provisions of rule 86B. What is rule 86B? ITC. ITC, part of ITC chapter. Yes. Now, if your monthly taxable turnover is more than 50 lakh, rule 86B is applicable. when it is applicable, at least 1% of your output tax you have to pay through electronic cash ledger, which indirectly means maximum credit you can utilize is 99% of your output tax. Clear? This doubt or scenario will arise only when you have credit more than output tax. Sir, most of the time we will have credit less than the output tax. Yes, sir. Then utilize full, no problem. That means indirectly they are telling us at least 1% you pay through electronic cash ledger. 1% of what? Output tax. Okay, sir. I have violated it, sir. Even though my monthly turnover is more than 50 lakh, I didn't follow Rule 86B. Can they cancel my registration? Yes. Next. Guys, details given in GSTR 1 and 3B is not matching. 1 and 3B is not matching. Now listen here. Sir, you know, in GSTR 1, what is the details we will give? Outward supply and output tax. Correct? Yes. In GSTR 3, what do we give? 3B. Same outward supply output tax plus inward supply input tax. Repetition. Outward supply details will be repeated plus inward supply. Correct? Yes, sir. Now, same thing. What happens is, sir, in between this, there is a mismatch. There is a mismatch. That means, guys, listen. As per GSTR 1 for the month of, let me take it as July 25. The outward supply is 10 lakh. Output tax is 1 lakh. Whereas in 3B, I have disclosed outward supply only, let me take green color. I have disclosed only 8 lakh and 80,000. Is there a mismatch? Yes. Same month, same person, no, but two different return, no, two different figures. So, is it possible? No, it should not. It has to match. So when there is a mismatch, can they cancel my registration? Yes. Obviously, straightforward, they will not go and cancel, guys. They will ask for explanation through notice. If you are not able to give explanation, you are telling, then they are not satisfied. What they will do? Cancel it. No, sir, there was a mistake, sir. I will correct it. Are they okay with it? Yes. They will not straightforward. Obviously, they cannot be so stringent. Clear? So straightforward, they will, oh, to 1 lakh, sorry, 2 lakh mismatching, we will cancel. No. You cannot be so strict. Clear? So obviously procedure is there, but do they have the option to cancel? Yes. Hope you understood. Clear? So there is a mismatch of outward supply or output tax details given in GSTR 1 and GSTR 3B. Okay. Chalo, that is what. Let me read that point once. Furnishes the details of outward supplies in form GSTR 1 as amended in form GSTR 1A. This is amendment form, guys. We will talk about it in returns chapter. If any, under section 37, for one or more tax periods which is in excess of outward supplies declared by him in his valid return under section 39, that is GSTR 3B, for the said tax period. Means for the same period, 1 and 3B is not matching. How can it happen? How can it happen with respect to outward supply? If it is mismatching, then we will ask you. Clear? Yes, sir. And they are happy. See, they clearly told, if you disclose more in this and less in this, it is a problem. Whereas less in 1 and 3B more, they are happy? Yes, because you will pay what is there in 3B. Correct. What is the due date for payment of GST? Due date to file GSTR 3B. Due date to file GSTR 3B. So before filing 3B, you have to pay the tax and file it. Correct. Now if it is more in this, they are also happy. But if it is less in this, when compared to 1, they are telling, we will cancel. We will cancel. Hope you understood. Clear? Because the due date to pay GST is linked to the due date of filing GSTR 3B. Before filing GSTR 3B, whatever GSTR 3B is showing to be paid in cash, electronic cash ledger. Hello, we learned output tax minus ITC in the order. Whatever is remaining to be paid through what? Electronic cash ledger. Within what time should I pay it? Before filing 3B. Before filing 3B. Hope you guys got it. Yes. Now please be careful. We are not talking about what we will pay through cash ledger. Output tax amount has to match as per 1 and 3B. Or outward supply, whatever is your sales, sales figure, that has to match. Obviously, if you compare output tax and what we pay in cash ledger will not be same. Why? We will have credit? No, we will use it. That amount need not be same. We are talking about what? output tax as per GSTR 1 and 3B, or outward supply value as per GSTR 1 and 3B. Okay, clause A done, guys. Clause A done. Clause A is giving reference to where? Rule 21. Okay, now we have some more clauses. Yeah, a person paying tax under section 10, what do we call this guy as? Composition supplier, has not furnished the return for a financial year. Guys, should he file the returns monthly, quarterly, or yearly? Yearly. Quarterly payment to payment statement quarterly, whereas returns is annually. Correct? Yes, I repeat. Composition supplier has to pay tax quarterly, file payment statement quarterly, but file returns annually. Now, whatever is the due date, if he doesn't file it, plus 3 months also they are giving. Due date plus 3 months, he has not filed it. Can we cancel his registration? Yes. You can see it. I will read that point again. A person paying tax under section 10 has not furnished the returns for the financial year beyond 3 months from the due date of furnishing the said return. What is the due date? We will understand in returns chapter. So simple, guys. They are giving how much time? Due date to plus 3 months. Plus 3 months. Actually, you should file returns within due date. If not, interest to penalty, late fee and all will start. But they are giving for cancellation, they are giving you another 3 months. Clear? Now assume, guys, sir, I have not filed the returns within due date. I filed it in next month. Can I file it? Yes. Will you cancel my registration? No. But should I pay late fee? Yes, you have to pay late fee. You have to pay late fee for the delay. Okay, sir. Let us continue. C. This is section 9 person. Any registered person other than the person specified in clause B, means who is covered in section 9, has not furnished returns for a continuous period of 6 months. That is if you are filing monthly returns, GSTR 1 or 3B. Or if quarterly return filer does not file return for a continuous period of 2 tax period, that is who is following QRMP. Quarterly returns, monthly payment. Guys, about all this returns concept we will learn in returns chapter, but whatever basic information you need, I have already given it. 1 and 3B. Okay, can we file it monthly? Yes. Can we file it quarterly? Yes. Okay. Guys, please be careful. If you want, you can mention this is section 9 guy, whereas this person is section 10 guy. Okay, time period is same. See, if I am filing monthly returns, if I am not filed the returns for 6 continuous months, can they cancel my registration? Yes, 6 continuous months. So please be careful. And one more beauty in GST is, if I have not filed the returns for last month, I cannot file the returns for the current month. Sir, I will file it later, sir. First, I want to file the return for current month. No, not allowed. Sequencing of return is there. Clear? Yes, sir. So that is monthly returns. Sir, what if I am following QRMP, quarterly returns, monthly payments? Then if you have not filed the returns for 2 quarters, 2 quarter will have how many months? Janu Kumar, 6 months. So period is same only, na? If you are monthly, 6 months. If you are quarterly, 2 quarters. Period is same. But please be careful, use properly 6 months, that is for monthly returns, whereas 2 tax period, that is 2 quarters. If you want, you can mention there, 2 quarters. Two quarters. Quarters means, you know, na, time period. Don't understand in another way. Chalo. D. Any person who has taken voluntary registration under section 25 subsection 3 has not commenced the business within 6 months from the date of registration. Sir, registration I have taken voluntarily. Good, you have come in. Welcome. But do the business now. Why did you take registration? This guy is not doing business for a period of more than 6 months. Then can we cancel his registration? Yes. Why did you take registration then? Can we cancel? Yes. So please be careful, guys. See, in this too, actually, the period covered is 6 months only. But different scenarios, obviously. Clear? Yes. The last one. Registration has been obtained by means of fraud, willful misstatement, or suppression of facts. That is, at the time of giving the information through application, I have given some wrong information. Wrong information. So in that case, can they cancel my registration? Yes. Okay. Now, in all the scenarios, proper officer has a right to take initiative to cancel my registration. Can he straightforward go and cancel? No, no, no. He will give me an opportunity of being heard. By what? By giving show cause notice. First, he will serve me the show cause notice, Tejaswini. Then, he will wait for my reply. Once I reply, what does he do? Now he is free to take his call. Either he may allow me to continue as registered person, or else he may cancel my registration. And during this period, it will take number of days. During this period, can he suspend my registration? Yes. Once cancellation proceedings is started, when will it start? He will issue me the notice, na? Started. Till it is finalized, can he suspend my registration? Yes, he can suspend my registration, guys. Suspended means suspended can be revoked later. Sir, can he remove the suspension? Yes. Clear? Yes. Chalo, let us see. We will talk about suspension, when it will start, when it will end. During suspension, can I do anything? All those things are there in the rules. We will see, guys. Okay. Let me go and read this provisos. Subsection 2 provisos, guys. Provided that the proper officer shall not cancel the registration without giving the person an opportunity of being heard. Means serve the notice first. Then, provided further that during the pendency of the proceedings, which proceedings? Cancellation proceedings. Relating to cancellation of registration, the proper officer may suspend the registration for such period and in such manner as may be prescribed. Who will decide that period of suspension? Proper officer. He will decide it. When will it start? When will it end? Okay, sir. Understood now, guys? Two different scenario. 29 subsection 1 talks about I. Subsection 1, I looks like 1, I. Okay, I will apply for cancellation. 2 is proper officer is pitching in and is cancelling it. Connected to what? Rule 21. 21. Okay, not only 21, obviously this and all is given under subsection 2 only. Clause B, C, D, clear? E. Whereas A gives reference to rule 21. Guys, please remember these cases. They are asking theory question on this. Explain the cases where proper officer can cancel the registration of a registered person. If it is asked for 4-5 marks, assume asked for 4 marks, at least write 4 to 5 points. If it is asked for 5 marks, maybe 5 to 6 points. Clear? Minimum I'm telling. Yes. You can see, I will show also. Proof bekala nimge. Yeah. Revocation, this is revocation, this is here it is. You can see here. Question number 4, under additional questions. Under additional question, 5 marks. Clear? Sir, in the past they have asked, no sir, that means they will not ask in the future, sir. Chalo. 29 subsection 3. The cancellation of registration under this act shall not affect the liability of the person to pay tax and other dues under this act or to discharge any obligation under this act or the rules made thereunder for any period prior to the date of cancellation, whether or not such tax and other dues are determined before or after the date of cancellation. You will do with your friends na. Like, for example, what is happening is, proper officer cancelled my registration. From what date? One date kodo. 14th. ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಇರ್ತೀಯಲ್ಲೋ, ಅದರಿಂದ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬಾರೋ. ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಟೇಕ್ 1st July. Chartered Accountants Day. Sir, registration is cancelled on 1st July. Effective from 1st July. Now guys, anything before this, should I make it good? For example, before 1st July, that is June and before, should I file all my returns? Yes. Should I pay all my taxes? Yes. Even if it is after 1st July, you have to pay it. See, I repeat. Effective date of cancellation is this day, guys. Okay. After this, I need not file returns. After this, I need not pay tax. But for the period before this, whatever I am supposed to do, if I am still due to do it, should I do? Yes. Is it even after 1st July? Yes. I have to make it good. I have to make it good. Now assume guys, last 3 months returns were pending, or as last 9 months returns were pending. That is why proper officer is cancelling, and my tax dues is around 10 crore. Now proper officer sent me a cancellation order telling because your registration is cancelled. I replied telling, thank you, I will not pay you 10 crore, go anta. Correct? Now can I take the protection like that? No. Anyway, you cancelled my registration, why should I pay, go anta? No, you cannot do that. Anything which you were liable to pay or liable to file the returns before the effective date of cancellation, you have to do it, even if it is after the cancellation date. Means, sir, can I file my returns for before 1st July? After 1st July? Yes, that is okay. Should I pay taxes for the period before 1st July? After the 1st July? Yes. But interest will be keep on running till you pay. Burning interest. Yes. Next, 29 subsection 4, guys. What is it telling? The cancellation of registration under the SGST Act or the UTGST Act, that is under the respective state or union territory, as the case may be, shall be deemed to be the cancellation of registration under section under CGST Act. Under this act means CGST Act. Clear? Now, sir, I have applied for cancellation under Karnataka SGST Act. Should I again apply under CGST Act, IGST Act and all? No, no, no. Whatever I have done under respective SGST Act or UTGST Act will hold good even under CGST Act, guys. Okay. 29 subsection 5, revenue protection. Revenue protection. That is what I told you. Anything which they were liable to pay before 1st July, should they pay it? Yes. And whatever stock you are having on that day is deemed to be supplied. Is deemed to be supplied. Should I pay GST on it? Yes. Look at the beauty. Look at the beauty now. Every registered person whose registration is cancelled, either you yourself asked or proper officer cancelled it, should pay an amount equivalent to what? Credit of input tax in respect of inputs held in stock and inputs contained in semi-finished or finished goods held in stock on the day immediately preceding the date of such cancellation, or the output tax payable on such goods, whichever is higher, calculated in such manner as may be prescribed. Let me explain with this example. Sir, guys, what is the effective date of cancellation? 1st July 25. Preceding day you take 30th June 25. What stock you have? Stock of raw material, WIP and finished goods. If you have already claimed ITC on this, before that, if you already utilized it, you need to compare this with, if you sell all this, what is the transaction value? On that, apply GST rate. Calculate GST liability. GST liability. Compare that with ITC. Pay whichever is higher. Pay whichever is higher. Simple. I repeat. Whatever stock you had on the preceding day of cancellation of registration, how much ITC you already claimed on that. Compare that on the GST payable on the sale value of the stock. Whichever is higher, you have to pay it. Whichever is higher, you have to pay it. And many a times what happens when I'm cancelling my registration, assume I'm closing down my business. Sir, this might be very minimum value. I am putting for scrap or some minimum value, but I have claimed more ITC. I will end up paying what? ITC. Whatever ITC I would have already utilized, now I will end up paying that much amount. Is that clear? Sir, what if sale value is more, GST payable is more? Pay that. Actually, your output tax on the sale value or ITC claimed, whichever is higher. Whichever is higher, guys. Hope you guys are clear with us. This is only for raw material, WIP and finished goods. Sir, what about capital goods, sir? I have some capital goods on this date, sir. Listen. Very similar calculation we have done. Where? In 18 subsection 6, ITC chapter. ITC chapter. Guys, look at the beauty. Look at the beauty now. Sir, I had already purchased goods, capital goods, and I have claimed an ITC of 1 lakh, sir. I have claimed an ITC of how much? 1 lakh, sir. Okay, good. Now, after using it for 3 quarters, I'm closing down my business and cancelling the registration. So, the time period from the purchase date till 30th June is 3 quarters. Even part of the quarter has to be taken full quarter. Okay. Now, should I reverse full 1 lakh? No. How much will you reverse? Reduce 5% for each quarter. How many quarters I have reduced? I have used 3 quarters. So 15% you reduce. How much is left? 85,000. 85,000. Now once you cancel your registration, if you sell this asset, at what value you are selling? Some value you take. On that, what is the output GST? Compare that with 85 and whichever is higher you have to pay. Whichever is higher you have to pay. Let me give it here. So much space is not there. I am not able to explain in detail. Let me go here. Guys, effective date of cancellation is effective date of cancellation. Okay, sir. Now we have to take on 30th June what all we had. Stock of raw material, WIP and finished goods. For this, whatever credit you have claimed, take that amount, compare that with the output tax payable, whichever is higher you have to pay. Okay, na? Yes. Then plus capital goods. Capital goods. Now on this, how much should I pay? ITC claimed or output tax payable on sale, whichever is higher. Okay, na? Yes, sir. Let me little push it upstairs. Yeah. Then just a minute. Okay, sir. Now coming to capital goods. Sir, for capital goods, what should I do? Assume, guys, I had purchased an asset on 30th June. Na? So let me take it on 20th February 24. Sorry, 25 only I will take. Too long period, don't want. 20th February 25. And I had purchased for assume 10 lakh plus GST was 1.8 lakh. So 11.8 lakh. Have I claimed the ITC of it? Yes, I have claimed it. Now what is the time period between these guys? Standard quarters you count. Standard quarters. Jan, February, March, April, May, June. June also you have to take it. Okay, February only part, no sir, take full quarters. So how many quarters, guys? 2 quarters. So how much you have to reduce? 10%. So calculate. 1.8 lakh minus 10%. 36,000. So 144, huh? 144, leave it. Oh, trust my calculation. 144 only, na? Yes. 144 lakh. 1,44,000. ITC claimed minus 5% for each quarter. Then compare this with what? Output tax. Output tax on sale, guys. How much should I pay? Whichever is higher. Whichever is higher. This is very similar to section 18 subsection 6. 18 subsection 6, guys. I had purchased capital goods, plant and machinery, claimed ITC and selling it later. Illi sale alla main picture. What is the main picture? You are cancelling your registration. Now assume, sir, I have not sold, sir. I have claimed only ITC when I purchased it. Now I have cancelled the registration and thrown the asset in the road. Should I still pay GST? Yes. How much? 1,44,000. 1,44,000 or 0, whichever is higher. 1,44,000. Correct? Yes. And please be careful. Sir, can this be 0 if you ask me? No. Why? Even if you have given freely, para 1 get attracted. Para 1 of schedule 1. When I purchased, I claimed credit. Now I am giving it without consideration. Is it a supply? Yes. We should decide the value as per valuation rules. But valuation rules is not a part of your syllabus. See how tricky the things are. And this is how you guys have to study, guys, because your thinking will change. If I just teach, this is what is there in this section. Thank you. Learn like this. Then you will not be able to connect later. Hope you are understanding. Clear? Yes. Chalo, let us see that. What is there in that section? The first part we have done. Second part, guys. This part. This is with respect to capital goods. Please have a look into it. Sorry. Provided that in case of capital goods or plant and machinery, The taxable person shall pay an amount equal to the input tax credit taken on the said capital goods or plant and machinery, reduced by 5% per quarter or part of the quarter. This is ITC part. Or the tax on transaction value of such capital goods or plant and machinery under section 15, whichever is higher, which is nothing but, guys, this second part is nothing but the GST on your sale value. GST on your actual sale value, whichever is higher. If you want, you can just mention here at the end, similar to section 18.6. But 18.6 didn't mention anything about cancellation. But here, this scenario is coming only when it is cancelled. What is cancelled? Your registration. See, 18.6 may come even in a situation, guys, listen. I'm continuing with my registration. I had purchased an asset, sir. I had claimed ITC, sir. Now I am selling it, sir. Why am I selling? Because I am not cancelling my registration. I will continue. GST calculation I have to do as per which section? 18.6. 18.6. That is, my show will continue. Next scenario is, sir, I am discontinuing my show. I will wind up my show. I am cancelling my registration. I had purchased an asset few quarters back. I had claimed ITC. Now, as per which section should I calculate the liability? 29 subsection 5. 29 subsection 5. Hope you understood it. This will come only in the scenario of cancellation. Whereas 18 subsection 6 is when you are continuing your business. Registration also will continue. Hope you understood. Clear? 18 subsection 6 we have learnt in input tax credit chapter, guys. If you want, you can go back and see and come. No, that is when you are coming inside. Okay. So that is 18.1 A, B, C, D. Don't compare with this. That is different scenarios. Clear? That is when simple, guys. There is 18.1 A and B is like you are coming to the GST for the first time. You are either taking registration because you were liable or voluntary registration. Whereas C and D, 18.1 C and D was you were under composition, now you are coming to 9. Or your supply was exempt, now you are coming under taxable. Nowhere we discussed about cancellation. Clear? Yes. 5% thing and all was same. But as it is two different scenario, we are not mentioning about it. Clear? And their sale of asset was not there. Clear? This part was not there, guys. This part will not come there. Only that 5% thing, that's all. And there you are claiming it, not reversing it. Hello? Whereas in 18.6 you have to reverse the credit or the tax on the sale value. Whichever is higher, you have to pay it. Reversal is different, claiming is different. 18 subsection 1 clause A, B, C, D give you the credit. Correct? Yes. Whereas later cases will take you the credit. Will take the credit from you. Reverse it. Reverse it means what? You have to add it to your output tax and pay it. Clear? Even we have learnt in subsection 4 also. Subsection 4. What is there? 18 subsection 4 I am talking about. What is there? Let me go. Just a minute. As there is connection, I don't want you guys to get confused. So I will just go back and so much of things I have already written. Okay. Listen. 18.1A and 18.1B is when you are coming under the GST for the first time. They are giving you the credit for the stock of raw material, WAP and finished goods which you had on the preceding day of registration. Clear? Yes, sir. Whereas 18.1C and 18.1D, 18.1C was you was under section 10, now you are moving to 9. When you are under 10, you are not eligible to claim credit. Now once you come to the 9, you are eligible. Yes. But whatever stock you had on the preceding day of raw material, WAP and finished good as well as capital goods, we are giving credit. Same way, when your supply was exempt but now becoming taxable, on the preceding day, whatever stock of raw material, WAP and finished goods along with capital goods you had, I will give the credit. Whereas for capital goods, they told in these two scenarios, capital goods credit also they are giving. Nah. So what should you do? Take what is the GST you have paid on the purchase of capital goods, reduce 5% for each quarter or part of the quarter. From when to when? Date of invoice till this special date, that preceding date. You count the number of quarters and reduce 5%. Remaining, you need not pay. You can claim it. remaining, that is ITC minus 5% for each quarter, remaining what? You will claim it. Clear? Yes, sir. Whereas 18 subsection 4 was reversal case. That is, sir, I was under 9, I am now moving to 10. My outward supply was taxable, now it is getting exempt. Now it is getting exempt. That means when I was under this, if I already claimed credit, now when I'm moving to this category, should I reverse my credit? Yes, you have to reverse the credit. When you reverse the credit, you have to add it to your output tax and pay it. But here, capital goods calculation is different. Whatever credit you already claimed for the capital goods, you consider the entire life of the capital goods as how many months? 60 months. Whatever is the remaining months, once you go under this, only for that period you have to reverse. Assume you already used the asset for 50 months when you are here. Now, for how many months you have to reverse? Only 10 months. Only 10 months, guys. Is that clear? Yes. Nowhere here we discuss about the sale of asset. Clear? Yes. Then for sale of asset, I had a separate section, 18 subsection 6. Sir, I purchased capital goods or plant and machinery. I claimed credit. Now I want to sell it. Sell it, no problem. I will not disturb you. Pay tax on it. Pay tax on it. How much, sir? How much ever ITC you have claimed, minus 5% for each quarter, from when to when? From date of purchase till date of sale. Or the tax on the transaction value, that is nothing but the sale value. Whichever is higher, you have to pay. Whichever is higher, you have to pay. Same provision just now we discussed. Same to same provision. This was, you have sold it under the continuation of business. You didn't cancel your registration. But now what we are discussing is, you have cancelled your registration. Obviously, when you have cancelled, whatever assets you will have, you will normally sell it. But even if you don't sell, you will end up paying tax. Whichever is higher, obviously, at least ITC will come. Is that clear? Yes. And one illustration also was there. Let me show that illustration so that now numerically also you will be able to catch up. Okay, let me read this. Guys, this is already done and dusted. Okay, but still we are doing it again. X Limited purchased a machine for 1 lakh and brought it on 1st August 23. Consider this as purchase date. And paid 12% IGST, means 12,000. He availed the input tax credit and used the capital assets or goods in his business. On 5th November 2023, he resold it as second-hand machine for how much? 65,000. Sale value, transaction value. Find out the amount of tax payable or ITC reversible in the above case. How much, guys? Input tax you take, how much is claimed already? 12,000. From 1st August to 5th November, how many quarters are there? How many quarters? Even part of the quarter you have to take full. Now, April, May, June will not come. July, August, September, October, November, December. 2 quarters. 2 quarters. Standard quarters calculation you have to do. Clear? Yes. Now, 2 quarters. So, how much should you reduce? 10%, 1,200. How much is remaining? 10,800. Compare that with tax on transaction value, which comes to 7,800. Whichever is higher, 10,800. Is that clear, guys? Yes. Now you look here. Look. Sir, here this was the date of sale. Now we should take this as what? Date of cancellation. Date of cancellation as per section 29. Clear? Yes. So do the same calculation, but this may not be the date of sale. It will be the date of cancellation. Date of sale is irrelevant here. Date of sale is irrelevant here. Clear? Yes. So from the date of purchase till the date of cancellation, how many quarters we have to count? We have to count it, guys. Is that clear? Yes. Normally, you would have sold it before this date or maybe immediately after this date. But for us, what is the relevant date? There is date of cancellation. So from the date of purchase or the date of invoice till effective date of cancellation, we have to count the number of quarters or part of quarters. Okay, let us come back. (29) subsection 5 done. You have written, na? What did you write? Similar to section 18 subsection 6. 18 subsection 6. Done, na? Yes. Now, we learnt that here and there only proviso was given. Sir, once cancellation proceeding starts till it ends, the registration would be suspended. Means it is like kept on hold. Kept on hold. What is the effect of this, sir? When will it start? When will it end? And during this period, can I do anything? What are the things we will discuss now? Rule 21A. Suspension of registration. The period and the manner of suspension of registration is as follows. Where registered person has applied for cancellation of registration, means he himself has applied as per which section? 29 subsection 1. Good. Where a registered person has applied for cancellation of registration, the registration shall be deemed to be suspended. From when? Either the date of submission of application for cancellation or the date from which cancellation is sought. Whichever is later, not earlier, whichever is later, pending the completion of proceedings for cancellation of registration. Guys, listen, look at the beauty. Now, I applied for cancellation on 1st June, asking cancellation from 1st January. Asking for cancellation from 1st January, whichever is later, 1st June. So, suspension will be active from what day? 1st June. Till when? Till the completion, that is cancellation proceedings is completed. Clear? Then, assume I applied for cancellation on 1st June, asking for cancellation from 1st July. I applied on 1st June, but asking cancellation from effective from what day? 1st July. Whichever is later, 1st July. So suspension will start from 1st July, guys. Hope you guys are getting it. Clear? Yeah. Yes, sir. Let us continue. Where cancellation of registration has been initiated by the department on its own motion. This is as per which section? 29 subsection 2. Proper officer has taken the initiative. Where the proper officer has reasons to believe that the registration of a person is liable to be cancelled. Liable to be cancelled. He can now suspend the registration of such person pending the cancellation proceedings without affording the said person a reasonable opportunity of being heard with effect from the date to be determined by him. He will decide the date from which the suspension will be active. But for suspending, should he give any notice and all? Not required. For cancellation, he has to give. But now assume he has issued a notice to you telling your registration has to be cancelled because of so and so reason. Can he immediately suspend? Yes. For suspend, should he inform? No. He need not even. He need not even give the opportunity of being heard. Please be careful only for suspension. Don't get confused. Whereas for cancellation, should he give the opportunity of being heard? Yes. Yes. Rule 21A, subrule 2A provides as follows. Under that, a comparison of returns furnished by a registered person under section 39, that is 3B, with what, guys? The details of outward supply furnished in GSTR 1. Guys, listen. I will file GSTR 1 and I will also file 3B, but details is not matching. Details is not matching with respect to what supply? Outward supply. Okay, not matching. Or the details of inward supplies derived based on what? Details of outward supplies furnished by suppliers in their form GSTR 1. Look at the beauty. In my GSTR 3B, will I give my inward supplies details also? Yes. Now they will try to match that with all my suppliers GSTR 1. Because whatever they have given will auto-populate to me in 2A, right? Yes. Same thing I will disclose in 3B, right? Yes. So whatever details I would have given in GSTR 3B with respect to my inward supply, they will try to match it with all my suppliers from whom I have taken inward supply. Hope you are understanding. Guys, 1 and 3B, they will compare with me only. I have filed 1 and 3B for the same month. To check what? Outward supply details. Then to check inward supply, they will compare my 3B with my suppliers 1. My suppliers GSTR 1 and check is there any mismatch. Okay, hope you understood now. For outward supply, they will check my GSTR 3B with whose GSTR 1? Mine only. Because I will give in both the returns the details of what? My outward supply. Then for inward supply, they will check my GSTR 3B with whom? Suppliers GSTR 1, from whom I have taken the inward supply. Such other analysis as may be carried out on the recommendation of the council show that there are significant differences or anomalies, that is nothing but deviations or differences, indicating contravention of provision of CGST Act or the rules made thereunder, leading to cancellation of registration of said person. So in simple guys, details given in GSTR 1 and 3B with respect to outward supply is mismatching, or else details given by me with respect to inward supply in my 3B and my supplier's GSTR 1 is mismatching. In that case, can they cancel my registration? Yes. Please be careful. Here what was mentioned was only in this part only 1 and 3B comparison. Correct? Only with respect to what? Outward supply. But now they are also trying to mention what guys? Inward supply. They will cross check both inward as well as outward, because I would have claimed excess ITC. Clear? How will they check it? Because one of the point is, if I have claimed excess ITC, how is the ITC by contraventions? Even though I am not eligible, I have claimed more ITC. How will they cross check it? By comparing my GSTR 3B with my supplier's 1. Hope you guys are getting it. Yes. Next, there is a contravention of provisions rule 10A, that is bank details, by a registered person. In that case, the registration of such person shall be suspended. In both these cases, registration would be suspended, guys. Mismatch of outward supply and inward supply, or what? Even if one is mismatching, for example, outward supply is mismatching, whereas inward is matching, can they still suspend? Yes. Or else outward is matching, inward is not matching. Can they suspend? Yes, because in between you can see R is there. R, okay, yes. Or else I have not given the bank account details as per the time given in rule 10A. Can they suspend my registration? Yes, in both these scenarios. Said person shall be intimated in the prescribed form by sending a communication to his email address about his suspension. We will inform him through what? Email. Provided at the time of registration or as amended from time to time, if at all if he has changed the email address later. In this intimation for suspension and notice for cancellation of registration, the said differences or anomalies are highlighted and said person is asked to explain within a period of 30 days as to why his registration shall not be cancelled. As of now, what we have done? We have only suspended. We are sending him the notice through what? Mail, telling your registration is suspended for so and so reason, and we will also explain what is this difference, how much mismatch is there, and we'll ask him to explain within how many days? 30 days. If he doesn't respond, or if he respond but we are not happy, what can we do? Cancel the registration. In case where the cancellation is initiated by the department on its own and registration of a person has been suspended, such person shall not be granted any refund. Even though he is eligible, it will not be granted. Under section 54 of CGST Act, during the period of suspension of his registration. So during the suspension period, can I apply for any refund and get it? No. Till suspension ends, I have to wait. Okay. The registered person whose registration has been suspended as above shall not make any taxable supply during the period of suspension and shall not be required to furnish any return under section 39. Means during the period of suspension, 3 consequences are there totally. What are those? You cannot claim any refund, you cannot supply anything, and you cannot also file the returns. You cannot file the returns, guys. Is that clear? Yes, all this can be asked either as MCQ or even in descriptive. Okay. Now, when will the suspension end, sir? Is it a lifetime suspension? No. The suspension of registration shall be deemed to be revoked. Revoked means end. Upon completion of cancellation proceedings. Means once cancellation proceedings ends, suspension also will end, guys. See, when cancellation proceeding ends, there can be 2 results. One is, sir, cancellation order is passed. I am no more a registered person. Clear? Registration also comes to an end. Suspension also will come to an end. Second possibility is, they asked me for a reply. I have given satisfactory reply. Proper officer is happy with it. Then can he ask me to continue with the registration? Yes. You will pass an order telling we are not cancelling your registration. You can continue on that. Will suspension end in that case? Yes. Will I continue as a registered person? Yes. Okay. The suspension of a registration may be revoked by the proper officer anytime during the pendency of proceedings for cancellation if it deems fit. For example, sir, suspension has been started. When will it end? When cancellation proceedings ends. But before cancellation proceeding ends, now somewhere in between only, proper officer understood that I will allow this guy to continue as registered person. Before he passes the order itself, can he revoke the suspension? Yes. Before the cancellation proceedings ended, you already know before that itself, we will allow him to continue. Can he end the suspension? Yes, he can end it. Normally it will end at the end of cancellation proceedings. But before that also, can proper officer end it? Yes. Rule 21A, subrule 2A provides for system-based suspension of registration in respect of such registered person who does not or who do not furnish details of valid bank account as per Rule 10A within the time period prescribed in the said rule, that is 30 days or 30 days from the date of grant of registration or the due date of filing your first returns, whichever is earlier. Further, third proviso to Rule 21A4 provide for automatic revocation of suspension in such cases upon compliance with the provisions of Rule 10A. Guys, simple. Assume I had applied for registration without bank account. Registration was granted. Within 30 days, I was supposed to give the bank account details. I have not given. On the 31st day, immediately my registration would be suspended. Assume on the 40th day, I gave the bank account details. Will suspension be revoked? Yes. Can I continue? Yes. Hope you understood. Automatic it is. Automatic. Once the time limit given under Rule 10A ends, immediately it would be suspended automatically. And if I give it 5 days, 10 days later, will revocation be revoked? Yes, automatically. Automatically. Yes. Next, 5. Further, where the registration has been suspended for contravention of the provisions contained in Clause B or Clause C of Section 29 subsection 2, that is non-filing of returns. Clause B and C talks about what, guys? Hello? Non-filing of returns. Clause B, Section 10, composition supplier. He has not filed the annual return beyond 3 months from the due date. Whereas Section 9%, monthly means 6 continuous months, quarterly means 2 quarters. If you have not filed, they are talking about that. Yeah, that is non-filing of GST returns and the registration has not already been cancelled by the proper officer under Rule 22. The suspension of registration shall be deemed to be revoked upon what? Furnishing of all pending returns. Now, listen guys. I had not filed the returns for last 6 months or last 2 quarters. Proper officer sent me a notice and my registration is suspended. He sent me the notice. He was waiting for my reply. Registration is suspended. Within few days, I filed all my pending returns. Will suspension be revoked? Yes, it will be revoked. Clear? Now, will they cancel my registration? No, they will drop. They will drop the proceedings and ask you, because from now, file the returns on time. Clear? Again and again, don't give us a headache. Chalo. Hope you understood. Suspension part we have discussed. Any doubt when it will end now? When suspension will end? When the cancellation proceedings will end. But in between that also, can proper officer end it? Yes. Chalo. Next, let us continue. Procedure for cancellation of registration. Rule 20 and Rule 22, guys. Voluntary cancellation by registered person making application. When will the person apply for voluntary cancellation, guys? As per Section 29 subsection 1. We discussed 3 scenarios. These 3 scenarios. Clear? Yes. When he is applying, then what? He himself is asking, or is legal heirs. Then, a registered person seeking cancellation of registration shall electronically submit the application for cancellation of registration in the prescribed form. There are form numbers and all that you need not remember. Guys, for amendment to cancellation or revocation or suspension, everywhere there is form numbers. Okay. But I have not mentioned here because it is not a part of your syllabus. You can just mention it in prescribed form. Clear? Yes. Within 30 days of occurrence of event warranting cancellation. For example, I sold my business to you. From the date of sale, within 30 days, I have to apply for cancellation. Or I am shifting my place from Karnataka to Tamil Nadu. From the date of shifting, within 30 days, I have to apply for cancellation. Okay. Or else, the registered person is gone. Within 30 days of death, the legal heirs has to apply for cancellation. Okay. See, in case of death and all, sir, if not possible within 30 days, can they extend it? Yes, guys. On request, on sufficient grounds, they will extend it because it might be genuine case. Sir, because 30 days they were busy in all the other procedures. Okay. They didn't have time to apply for cancellation. Will they extend it? Yes. Okay. Chalo. He is required to furnish in the application the details of, he has to give the details of inventory. Why? Subsection 5. Okay, this details, because they will calculate the tax which you are supposed to pay based on your ITC and all. Clear? So, in your application, you have to give the details of the inventory which you are holding along with capital goods. Yeah. He is required to furnish in the application the details of inputs held in the stock or inputs contained in semi-finished or finished goods held in stock and of capital goods held in stock on the date from which cancellation of registration is sought. Liability thereon, details of the payment, if any, made against such liability and may furnish relevant documents thereof. If you already paid GST, whatever you are supposed to pay as per subsection 5, you can give the details of payment also. Or if you are yet to pay, tell me how much is due. Tell how much is due. Hope you understood. This is for the purpose of section 29 subsection 5 calculation, guys. Then, where a person who has submitted an application for cancellation of his registration is no longer liable to be registered, then proper officer shall issue the order of cancellation of registration within 30 days from the date of submission of application for cancellation, guys. You will apply within 30 days of the event which made you to apply for cancellation. Once you apply, within 30 days, they will pass cancellation order. 30 plus 30. That's all. 30, 30. Okay, Allah? Hello? Be active. Sumoto cancellation. Sumoto cancellation is as per which section? Tejaswini? 29 subsection 2. Yes, sir. Where the proper officer cancels the registration sumoto, he shall not cancel the same without giving a show cause notice and without giving a reasonable opportunity of being heard to the registered person. The reply to such show cause notice has to be submitted within 7 days of service of notice. First, he will issue a show cause notice. Once he issues show cause notice, the registered person has to reply within 7 days. And once he reply, where the registration of a person is liable to be cancelled, proper officer shall issue the order of cancellation of registration within 30 days from the date of reply to show cause notice. You have issued notice, they will reply within 7 days. And once they reply, you have how much time? 30 days. If reply to show cause notice is satisfactory, proper officer shall drop the proceedings and pass an order in prescribed form. What order he will pass? Not cancellation order. He will ask you to continue. We are happy, you can continue on. However, where the person instead of replying to show cause notice served for failure to furnish the return furnishes all the pending returns and makes full payment of tax dues along with applicable interest and late fee, the proper officer will again drop the proceedings and pass an order, guys. Now assume proper officer issued me a notice telling because you have not filed the returns for last 8 months. Okay. That is why I am going forward to cancel your registration. As soon as I see the notice, tug. Okay, I filed all my pending returns, paid all my tax dues. Now, can he drop the proceedings? Yes. I didn't reply for the notice. I responded. How did I respond? By filing all the pending returns. Clear, guys? Listen here. I didn't reply for the notice. But whatever was the issue in that notice, I cleared it. What is that? Filed all my pending returns and paid all my tax dues. Will they drop the proceedings? Yes, they will drop the proceedings. Okay. Sir, what is the effective date of cancellation? Effective date of cancellation. Guys, see, cancellation order when it is passed, the proper officer can tell, assume the order is passed on 1st March 25. He may tell the date of cancellation, effective date of cancellation is 1st March only. 1st March only. Or can he tell the retrospective date? Yes, for example, he may issue the order date, cancellation order is 1st March. But can he tell effective date of cancellation is from 1st January? Yes, he can do. He can do it. Who will decide this date? Proper officer. But if I myself is applying, I can also request, sir, cancel my registration from so and so date. But is it a guarantee that he will only cancel from same date? May not be. Normally when I myself apply, they will cancel from the date whichever I ask for, if there is no issues. But when proper officer himself is taking the step to cancel my registration because I have contravened, then who will decide the date? Proper officer. Yes, let us see that. Effective date of cancellation. The cancellation of registration shall be effective from a date to be determined by the proper officer and mentioned in the cancellation order. He will direct the taxable person to pay arrears of any tax, interest or penalty, including the amount liable to be paid as per section 29 subsection 5. Means in the order they will clearly tell, these are your pending dues. These are your pending dues. Taxpayer would not be allowed by a common portal to file return for a period after the date of cancellation mentioned in the cancellation order. However, he can submit the returns of the earlier period, that is for the period before the date of cancellation mentioned in cancellation order for which registration was active. Guys, simple. Assume the effective date of cancellation of registration is from 1st March 25. Effective date of cancellation. Now, sir, can I go ahead and file returns for March, April, May and all? No, your registration is already cancelled. But should I file the pending returns before 1st March? Yes. When should I file? Either before 1st March, or if you are not yet filed, can I file it even after 1st March? Yes, that is okay. Now, in simple, for the period before the effective date of cancellation, you can file the return even after the effective date of cancellation. But you are not allowed to file the returns for the period after the effective date of cancellation. So in simple, can I file the returns for March, April? No. Can I file it for Jan, Feb? Yes. When should I file? Anytime. Maybe you are still pending. That is why your registration is cancelled. Now can I go ahead and file it in March, April, May like that? Yes, you can do it. Clear? Hope you understood. Please don't get confused. Now the returns for the preceding period can be filed even after this. But return for this period cannot be filed. Return for the period after the cancellation order is passed cannot be filed, guys. Okay, one example. The proper officer cancelled the registration of Naman Associates on 11th October. The tax dues of Naman Associates for July-September quarter determined by the proper officer on 16 December. See, for the last quarter or last to last quarter, they are deciding the tax liability after the cancellation. Can they? Yes. Or 50,000. The cancellation of registration of Naman Associates shall have no effect on his liability of tax dues of rupees 50,000, even though the tax dues are determined after the cancellation of registration. Guys, when the registration was cancelled from 11th October, they decided how much tax he should pay before 11th October. But when did they decide? After 11th October. Can the proper officer take the time? Yes. Maybe your case was so complicated. He also didn't understand. He took time to understand it and then tell you are supposed to pay 50,000. Clear? Now, can the registered person whose registration is cancelled take a protection telling, no, my registration is cancelled. How can you ask now? How can you ask now? I will not pay. Go get lost, anta. No, you have to pay because that is the tax due for the period before your cancellation. Before your cancellation, guys. You guys got it? Yes. This is all about section 29. Are we done? No, we are not done. Let us, 30 is there, but before 30, we have to revise 29. We have to revise 29. Very easy section. Why is such reaction? What break you want? Okay, after this section. Feeling hungry? Yes, I know. That hungry should be there. Hungry for knowledge. Chala. Janani, no disturbance. Voluntary cancellation. Section 29, subsection 1. Guys, when I myself is applying for cancellation, there is some event which is happening. What event we already discussed? Either registered person is gone, or he has sold his business, or he is shifting his place of business from one state to another state. Okay, sir. Event happened. Now within 30 days, he has to apply for cancellation. Nelmangla madam, pay attention. You have to apply for cancellation within 30 days. Once you apply, now proper officer will have how many days time to pass cancellation order? 30 days. 30 days. This is as per which section? 29 subsection 1, read with rule. Read with rule. Got it? Easy. Next, cancellation by proper officer. Cancellation by proper officer. That is as per section 29 subsection 2, read with rule. Okay. Guys, proper officer has to first issue notice. To issue notice, he doesn't have any time period. Clear? Because he is the one who has identified the problem. Contravention. Yes. Once he has identified, that is when there is any contravention by whom? Registered person. RP stands for registered person. Now proper officer will issue show cause notice. Now registered person has to reply within what time? 7 days. Not working days. Please be careful. Clear? Yes. Now once you reply, proper officer has how much time? 30 days. Within 30 days, what can he do? Accept the reply and drop the proceedings. That means you will continue as a registered person. You will continue as a registered person. Now what is the second choice left to the proper officer? Reject the reply and pass the cancellation order. And in that cancellation order, what is your pending dues and what is the effective date of cancellation? Everything would be mentioned. Easy? Yes. Take down. See how beautifully I am making chart and making it simpler. You should appreciate. Sir, take it, sir. Do more charts, sir. Take down, madam. Thank you. This is the first one. Event in the sense, whatever event which is causing for cancellation, guys, or which are warranting the cancellation, like death or closing down of business, anything, or sale of business. This is the first one. Then this is the second one.